kid on the block, Ndolo, what do you take of Everton?
Everton, I think they've done super signings. Doucouré, I think a player I've always admired, and at some point when he was at Watford, I hoped that he would grace the carpet at the Emirates, but it's never to be. Yeah, they've also brought in Alan, very good defensive midfielder, top-notch, top player. And if you look at that Everton midfield right now, you can almost place it to compete with the best midfields in the league. So they've done really well, and their firepower is obviously. I think they are very lucky to have 2 or 3 very good strikers, and then on top of that they have a fantastic coach. Personally, I feel like the era of Ancelotti and Mourinho and such like managers is slowly going away. But you can't really rule out Ancelotti putting together a team that can perform at the highest level. I still don't fancy them to break into the top 4, but they will be the dark horses for sure. They will be thereabout. You can expect if the likes of Arsenal and Manchester United are not serious with their performances, these are the teams that we expect will break into that top 4. My own gut feeling is that we'll have one of those teams, maybe Leicester or Everton, just one. We can't be both. Probably just one trying to get into that top 4.
They say confidence comes the more you move. Now, looking at the fixtures of Everton and Leicester, they have pretty good fixtures ahead, and they've started strong. So, Ron, do you agree with Ndolo that they may not be in the top 4?
Yeah, just like me, I also can't count on them getting into the top 4. Actually, like their previous game against Crystal Palace, I thought that game was going to be a difficult one for them, a testing one, because Crystal Palace love to play the football from the wings. They like to have Townsend going there, Zaha sometimes drifting there from the middle. So it's been more playing more simple this season. But they have signed Eze, who came on and caused some problems. They're a team that really tested them and testing their defensive ability. For me, it still remains how good they can defend. Going forward at the midfield, they look good. They look superb. One of the biggest threats in the league so far. But it's consistency, how consistent they are, and I think if they can be able to sort the issues of their central defense, Yerry Mina and Kim, not a convincing partnership for me. They are a bit suspect, but they are riding on the spark quality they have in front of them. The cover of Doucouré, Alan, and Gomez is just magnificent. The other side, Richarlison and Rodriguez and the prolific this year now. Don't recover to it. It's like everything is touching, it's turning gold for the moment. So they need to get the wins like they are doing when they can, because the patchy times are coming. And what happens when you get one loss or you draw a game you expected to win? It's such test them consistency, but it's a really a long battle. But they look good. They look good. They are in that process really for the top 4. But I don't see them getting there. But they probably they could just sneak about number 5, 6 there. Yeah, that's how I see them.
Okay, let's go to North London, Spurs. This is another team that has had mixed results. losing the first game, winning the second game away to Southampton, and again drawing with a last-minute VAR again versus Newcastle. So, in Spurs, last season they finished at position 6. And they've always been top 4 contenders for the past few seasons. Chaso, do you think Spurs has what it takes to get back to the top 4? They have a proven manager, and Bale is coming back to the team. Do you think they will pick up and maybe challenge for the top 4?
Okay, what I can say is you cannot write off Mourinho at this moment. And towards the end of last season, I think Mourinho came up very strongly, and in fact, he did very well. So probably we ain't seen the best out of Spurs yet. Like I said, maybe in the next, up to probably to the 10th fixture, then we'll know what direction is taking. But because of the hulabaloo's of the preseason, everybody I think was caught off guard. Most of the teams didn't have a really preseason, and it will depend now on the shrewdness of the managers. Mourinho is a shrewd manager, and probably he's going to get the results sooner than later. Probably he won't be losing, neither will he be winning a lot, but probably he'll be back at his best on the draws and the narrow wins. He'll be there.
Okay, talk of the shocking results of the weekend. West Brom playing Chelsea. First half, banters all round. Everybody were talking about this is another 8-2 score. Charles, what was your take on the game? Were Chelsea playing good and bad luck, or something was missing in the Chelsea links?
I think it's basically what we've been saying, because I think Chelsea is partly they have a few injuries. Some of the players they brought in, like I think Ziyech, or I don't know which other one, but I know a few players who.
Yeah,
Pulisic as well.
Ziyech is out.
Yeah, so a few star players are out, and that obviously impacts who the manager feels. That is not an excuse, though. I think, as I said initially, Chelsea has done very good business in terms of bringing in players, but there is always that feeling that when you bring in so many players, it's going to take a lot of time for them to gel, and some of them will get exposed. And maybe Ron and Chaso will agree with me here that Silva is not likely to find it easy in the Premier League. Yeah? Maybe he will try and catch up a bit, but also for a 36-year-old, it's going to be a bit tough for him. So it's a mix of many things, to be frank. And I remember watching Everton versus West Brom, and Kieran Gibbs got sent off. I think it's the game before the Chelsea one, and you could see the push by West Brom, at least to score. And I remember having a discussion with one of my colleagues, and I told them they felt it will be a walkover for Chelsea. I told them this West Brom team, it's not a joke, and clearly you could see. So coming back to 3-3, more or less expected, because with the quality that Chelsea has, I think that's the bare minimum that they should have gotten. But it goes a long way to show you that you can't really downplay or take for granted even the smallest of teams in this league. Yeah. So every team is there to either survive, get into top 4, win the league. Everyone has their own ambition, and taking any team for granted, you'll get punished.
Okay, Ron, are you happy with your team so far with the performance? Chelsea has been the busiest in the transfer market. I saw, of course, banters about Silva of PSG and Silva of Chelsea after that Ronaldo's mistake. So, do you think Are you happy with the transfer so far? And are you happy with the team as a Chelsea fan?
Yeah, the Chelsea fan, Chelsea, of course, like I said, these are exciting times to be a Chelsea fan. Every team, every fan, Arsenal, Man U, Man City, Spurs, whichever fan you want to have an upgrade of your team, see new faces, and try to improve on what you achieved last season. Yeah, it's they've scored I think 12 goals. They've conceded 5, I think. Is it 5 or 4? I think 4 goals. Yes. Uh, if if you see they've conceded 5 goals, it means the problem is still there because there are only 3 games they've played, and that means I'm adding the game of the EFL against the Minos Banzi. But in the league, you see, conceding 3 goals from West Brom, it shows you there is a problem. Earlier last week, I think you guys were saying that we don't need to talk about that fixture. And I told you the fixture, you need to talk about it because it will be a difficult game for Chelsea. Yeah, like I told you.
I was vocal on that, and I actually said that's an easy match.
Yeah, I remember you. So I thought otherwise. But it's probably someone who has not watched West Brom or who really underestimates them. They are a good team. Steven Bilic is experienced. He's a good coach. He's been to the Premier League. He went down. He picked up West Brom, came back. They have some quality players. They have Pereira, who is very, very good. Probably, yeah, he's the West Brom player of the season, and he will continue to do well. He's already proved it. I think he's already scored a sumptuous free kick against. Then also they have Diagana, also very good. They have a reject of the struggling Sheffield United, Robinson, breaking into the striking lineup of Sheffield United. But he went down with West Brom in the championship. He scored goals. He carried them, and they got him now at play for them permanently. So they have they have threats, West Brom. They are not to be underestimated. Yeah, they'll be probably they'll still struggle, but they have some talent. Chelsea, they should continue to work on the defense. They should continue to work on the defense. But also Lampard's tactics for me are a bit suspect, and I think the way we set up against West Brom was a bit it was arrogant. You cannot play. You play Vanna. You play this Tony Abraham. Then you're already playing. You're already playing. Like there's so many attacking players you're putting up, and there is little cover. You make that kind of formation when you have good defenders on the ball and you work with them for a time. But what's happening, Lampard is playing sensational attacking football. You score goals, but they will score, and then you will be in problems. Sometimes you will be chasing a game like the way it was. So he needs to close shop and then also work the defensive game. I think Steve Morris and the defensive coaches have to help him and see how to improve.
Steve, can I make this call? I think Lampard will be the first manager to be fired this season.
I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised. Actually, what I'm thinking is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Lampard, to me, they are favorites to be sacked anytime. And I think Mourinho also. And you will be seeing Pochettino back. Pochettino will coach Man U or Chelsea. Just watch the space.
The saying goes, early bird catches the worm. What about the late birds? Now, match day 3, we've seen teams like Sheffield United, the team that did so well last season, struggling without any points so far. Their next fixture away to Arsenal. Is relegation shaping up at the moment? Can we start predicting the teams that will be relegated? Fulham losing their second game of the season, 3-0 at home to Aston Villa. Are these, can you start predicting which are the likely teams to, maybe they are late birds, by the time they wake up it will be too late for them. Chaso, what do you have to say about relegation?
Okay, what I can say,
Yes.
I think out of the current last 4 teams, that's West Brom, Burnley, Sheffield, Fulham, I think 2 of them will be gone. Because, you know, when you see some of the small teams struggling during the first matches of the league, it's a really, the early points for those teams are very important for their survival in the league. I think like Fulham, Sheffield losing, not getting a point, maybe in the last 3 matches, it's struggling for survival. I don't think Lampard will, probably might be the 3rd or the 4th. The first coaches to go, it will be between Fulham, Sheffield, Burnley. The last 3 teams.
So their coaches,
in the league.
their coaches are counting days in office. Okay.
They are counting days. If the last 8 matches, they'll be very lucky. 8 to 10 matches.
Dolo, another shocking result. Wolverhampton being hammered by West Ham, 4-0. Was that a shocking result? Or can you say that Wolverhampton's coach is also, the manager's job is also under fire? Because I think so far they've performed poorly. They lost to City in their first fixture, and this time they again lost very badly to West Ham, 4-0. Don't know. What do you think? Do you think Wolverhampton's coach is also another person to lose the job?
If I go to Wolves, maybe I can comment on who is likely to get relegated. I know there will be quite a few teams, but I can bet that Sheffield will pull away from that relegation battle. Sheffield has a very concrete and solid team, and they have a good coach. So what I think we are seeing right now is just a poor patch, or poor form, but they will definitely catch form at some point, and you can expect Sheffield to start moving up the table. Now, if I go to Wolves, I think Wolves are one of the teams that has actually done quite some good business in terms of transfers. Catch up. One of the things that that you may have noticed is that they did not have a fullback until Semedo just came in, and that sort of also interfered with how they play. I think there was one game I noticed where Adama Traore even played as a fullback, and you could see it impaired their ability to attack and go forward. So with Semedo coming in, some people may say he's not very highly rated, especially after meeting Alfonso Davies in the Champions League with Barcelona. That still haunts him. But for me, I think Semedo is pretty solid as a fullback, and I'll expect that Espirito will gradually find the best rhythm for his team. So Wolves may not be as good as they were last season, but I can almost bet they will be finishing the top half of the table. For me, I think they have a very good team to struggle in this league.
Okay, gentlemen, that has been a great show. This is EPL Fanbase Show, and for the fans watching, you can always catch up on us on our Facebook, on our YouTube channel, the EPL Fanbase Show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. See you soon. Bye. Till next time.